Hey guys, Jeff from Smoke and Tejas. Look what we got. What do we got? Torino here. Just got it out of the package from eBay. The shipper. Oh my gosh. The shipper. Awesome. Very, very quick. Just got out of the package. Haven't done anything with it. I turned it over. I think it's turquoise underneath all that paint. I looked at the bottom of the chassis very, very quickly. Looks like it's going to need at least probably more than a 5-minute tune-up. But guys, I can't wait to get into this. I think we can fully restore it. I can't wait to get into it. But right now, just looking at it, what do we got? Gold, and we got the black on the hood there. Pretty easy getting the decals off. We're going to have to spend some time getting some paint off. Don't know how the chassis is going to run, but it looks like, I'm just guessing, but it looks like the guy spent a lot of time on the piece. Whoever had this, originally really, really liked it. It's got the front bumper. Yes, it does have the back bumper. Very good. So let's see what we can do. But this is the, just right out of the package, guys. I have no idea if it's going to run. Let's see what we got. Just a sec. All right, just got on the track. Let me grab the transformer. Oops, there we go. It runs. All right, look at that. Look at that. Straight away, guys. It runs. Awesome. It's kind of vibrating there, isn't it? All right, well, hey, we got a good running chassis. We need to warm it up. Very cool. All right, well, let's do this. Chassis might not need a bunch of work. Very good. The rest of these decals, all that kind of stuff, decals probably come off first. See if we can get the paint off as well. But this is going to be a fun project, guys. I can't wait to get this bugger restored. All right, see you in the next segment. Hey guys, there's one of the bumpers right there. I still got the car soaking here. A lot of the decals are just floating to the top and coming off pretty easy. I've re-soaked it. Right now I'm getting some of the rest of the decals off. A lot of them come off the windows, the hood, and things like that. I'll show it to you again as soon as I get the rest of them off there. Then we'll go ahead and address the paint and see if we can get that cleaned up. But one quick note as far as the bumpers there, get a little bit of warm water like we've been doing, with the soak here. Some of the bumpers, if they're really tough to get off, you just soak them in that warm water. Guys, they come right off. All right, I will see you in the next segment. All right, we are done getting the decals off, guys. Just a second ago, see the glass right there that I got in the center of the crisscross right there? It came out. I mean, I literally turned the body over and it fell out. So a lot of times with the glue that guys used years and years ago, seriously, whether it's Elmer's glue or whatever guys used, a lot of times after you get just a little bit wet, guys, like the bumpers came off. Look at the bumpers. Bumpers are real good. When the windshield came off, and I was just looking at this just a second ago. I discovered, hey, it's dark green, but pardon me. Look at the front screw post. Kind of nasty, huh? It looks like I'd have to test it, but it looks like it. I don't know if a piece broke off or they tried to re-glue it, but it looks like it's been tried to been repaired at least once. And look at all the front glue all the glue where the front bumper goes. That's kind of nasty. We'll try to see if we can get that off. Back bumper, literally, I just stuck the body in the warm wash there, the warm water, and the back bumper came off. The front bumper, very, very little effort, and it just came right off. But the glue residuals, I'm going to get all that stuff off, guys. I'm going to clean it up good. All right, so I'm going to work on the glue for a second, then I'm going to go ahead and get it ready, and we're going to go ahead and get the as much paint off as we can tonight and see how it comes out. All right, guys, just a sec. All right, guys, next up I got the influence big golf cup. Got the turn it down there in the bottom there, easy off as you guys know. Just the regular strength, don't get the extra strength, guys. Regular strength always does quite well. I'm going to saturate, cover. I'm going to cover that entire body. It's going to be all foamed up here in just a second. But that's what it's looking like just before we go ahead and do the foaming, guys. And I tell you what, as far as easy off oven cleaner, I run outside. I'm here in the shop, and I go outside and I do it. And, all that oven cleaner, I don't want to be breathing it, guys. So as soon as I'm done covering it, I'll restart the video, and I'll show you what it looks like. Too funny. I know. We're not just looking at like a foamy beer or a root beer, guys. There is a car underneath that foam, but seriously, that's how much I cover the piece. I mean, let's see if we get a side shot on that. That big old cup. I mean, it's got the body at the very bottom. and I've got it completely covered. And guys, I'm not gonna fuss with it. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna let it sit for at least 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. And at that time, I'll run it into some warm water and see if we can get a lot of this paint off. Okay, so that'll be the next step. Right now, we just gotta wait. All right, look at there, guys. Still wet. I just got it out of the easy off there, and I just rinsed it off. Still got a little bit of wetness on there. Look what's happened though. A lot of the paint off the roof, a lot of it come off. We're going to stop to get some off the hood there, a lot of it off the trunk, some of the crevices there. But guys, look at the detail on the side there. See if I can get some better light on it. But the gold, the stripe is still there. It's still intact. So what's interesting is the Easy Off took the paint that they painted over it, but it left the original Aurora detailing. Let me turn around for the other side. It's yeah, guys, it's there as well. It's there as well. So nice little trick, you know, works real good. Does it work every time? I've seen it take stripes off. I'm saying this time I got lucky, guys. But that's how I do it. That's how I do it. I get the paint off, and what I'll do now is I really don't want to press my luck with putting some more Easy Off on the side there. So what I'll do is I'll spray some Easy Off in a cup, and with like a Q-tip or something, I'll just dab it in there and then just put it on the hood, and I'll put it on the roof and wherever the crevices are, you know, wherever it has, and just let it sit on there again 15-20 minutes, rinse with some warm water, and I'll get it off a little bit at a time like that. But I am so pleased how it's coming out, guys. Leaving the original Aurora gold stripes on there, really cool, really cool. All right, guys, as it progresses, I will take another segment here, just a sec. All right, just got it done with the last Easy Off and the last bath I had. You know, still some water on here, guys, but look. I wanted to show you, I literally just rinsed it off. There's no more residuals of the paint on there and the original stripes. Oh my gosh, they're there. They're looking good. They're looking good. I can't wait to start fussing with the chassis and have some fun with that bugger. The chassis runs, we found that out earlier. The chassis runs good. I'm just going to go ahead and make sure it's got the right hubs on it, the right axles, tires, wheels, all that stuff. And just clean it and make sure that it's properly oiled and all that stuff. So anyways, guys, we're well on our way to restoring this piece, and I'm not even going to fuss with the wheel wells down there. They're not turning my head whatsoever, so I'm going to keep them just the way they are. All right, guys, let me go ahead and take a few more steps here and show you the progress. Hey, one note I wanted to make real quick. Getting ready to do the reassembly, just like I was telling you a second ago. But I've got some residual glue there, as you can see, on the underside of the roof of the car. I cleaned a lot of the residual glue off of the front and the back, as far as where the bumpers go. I'm still not real impressed with the way that the previous guy tried to fix the screw post there. I might just go ahead and fill it with some plastic and let it dry here and re-drill the hole there. It just looks like it's ready to break or something, you know. Also, there was a little bit of residual glue on the little post there for the bumpers. Got that off, and the windshield itself had like a chunk of very hard glue on it. That came off in several pieces, but that's I know it doesn't look like it, but it's pretty smooth. It'll glue up there. But I do have to get a little bit more of the glue off there on the inside of the roof there, and it will be ready for reassembly. And if you don't get the glue off, the windshields never really fit right, so it's a good idea to do your best to get all that stuff off. All right, guys. I kept thinking about it, and I'm not going to let that front screw post go. Guys, what I've got here is the Lumelite. I know I've talked about it in other videos. I think it's a great product. The dark one, make sure you shake it, guys. It's got to be stirred real good. And what I do is after I shake it and I get it stirred and it's all mixed real good, I put that into the cup first, and if there's any like residual air bubbles still in there, they're going to come out. But I do that before I add the clear Lumelite to it. And it seems like it's a good way to do it, and my products always come out real good. So what I'll do is I'll mix up the Lumelite. I know there's going to be a ton of it, and we're only going to fix the screw post there. But as far as the little cup graduation measurements there on the side, I did the smallest one, and it's way more than we need. But nevertheless, I will mix the clear here in just a second, get it all mixed up. And what I'll do is I'll use one of these little pipettes here, these little pipettes, and I'll just get a little bit of Alumilite in the pipette, and what I'll do is I'll just squeeze it right into the hull of the screw poster, and it'll fill it up, and once it's dried, it'll be hard plastic. The screw post will be ready for re-drilling, and I'll feel a whole lot better about it. It won't be cracking then, guys. Alright, give me just a sec. Just got it filled, and I tell you what, boy, having one of these little pipettes, still got a little bit of the Alumilite in there. It just, the tip of that fits right down in the hole there, and I've literally flooded the hole there, and it's going to take about 4 or 5 minutes to dry, guys, and after that, it'll be ready for sanding. But I completely flooded the entire hole with the Alumilite. I even went around where the cracks were on the outside just to make sure I got some really a good repair going on there. So again, when this dries, it's going to be hard plastic. It'll be kind of like a light tan when it dries, but we'll be able to sand it, we'll be able to drill it, and that screw post is going to have just like brand new integrity to it. Alright, the Alumilite is dry, guys. It's a very light colored tan there, and you can see it's completely filled in the screw post there. The cracks on the outside, I made sure I got enough out there to where it's really solid there. On the other side, very solid. What I'll do now is I'll go ahead and sand it, make sure it's the proper length, because there's a little bit extra on the very top of it there. Make sure that I've got all the residuals off the sides there, and then I'll drill a hole and see if we can get a screw to get in there and be real snug. Alright, I got a lot of the excess of the Alumilite off that it's dried, got off from the side of the screw post. I was getting ready to drill the hole here, and what I did is I started with a pretty tiny drill bit to initiate the hole and to get it down in there. And then the other bit I got here, it works absolutely perfectly for the size screws that Aurora used to use. So what I'll do is I'll drill the hole first with a skinnier bit. I just started a second ago. I got it right where I want. I got it, dead centered. And I'm just going to hand drill it out, and then I'll make the hole a little bit wider using the bigger bit. Alright, just a second ago, finished the hole there, and that's a smaller hole. What I'll do now is I'll change the bits. I'll get that bigger bit in the back there and widen the hole a bit, but come out real good. Just got the screw started, and I don't like cracking screw posts, guys, so here's what I do. I turn it just a little bit and then back it up. Turn it just a little bit more, back it up, and I keep doing it a little bit at a time as I'm just slowly working it in. I turn it out and I work it back. Just take your time with this, because we're literally, we drilled it out, but we're cutting new threads in the plastic there, in the Alumilite. We're cutting new threads. So again, just very easily, and I got the bigger screwdriver here to give myself, a reassurance that it's going to be in the screw guide there, the groove there in the screw, properly and fully. So just keep working it down, but back it out a little bit, guys, and work it down just a little bit more. You'll get it. But if you go slow like that, your chances are you're going to do fine with the screw post. I do remember being as a kid and as an adult going a little too fast and booming right the screw post. That's no fun. So again, it only takes a second to mend them, but when you reapply the screw, be careful, guys. That's when they break. Alright, just got the windshield in, got the front bumper on, back bumper on, everything's glued, everything needs time to dry. This is the part I hate the most. It's just like you're so close to being done with everything, but it just has to dry, so you can't really touch it anymore. So I'm going to gently set it down on the bench away from my arm's reach, and we're going to let it dry, guys. That's the next step. Just wanted to take a second look at the chassis here. We know it runs. Okay, running pretty well when we had it on the track a bit ago. What I'll do next is new hubs, new tires, make the appropriate changes there, and give it just a quick cleaning. And I'm sure everything's going to run fine once we put it back together. Let me go ahead and clean it up and show you what it looks like. All right, got the chassis unassembled. And the back tires there with the axle, they're going. The yellow rims, they're going too. I got some new rims, tires. I've refreshed the springs. I've cleaned the brushes. Got some New axles going on there. Magnets are good. The engine, the motor itself cleaned up real good. Nothing the matter with the chassis body itself. So let me go ahead and reassemble a couple drops of oil and get it back on the track. I just touched the chassis to the transformer, ran beautifully, oiled it as well. Boy, look at the rims and the tires. Oh my God! I mean, just having that newness look to it, I think it's gonna really add to the Torino. The glue, I'm probably gonna give it another few minutes on the bumpers, the windshield, and go ahead and mount it up on the chassis there, and then we'll see it go around the track together. But I am just pleased, very pleased as punch with the way we could get the paint off, leave the original stripe. It's just really coming out nice. I'm having a hard time debating whether I should throw this bugger back up on eBay and see how well we can do after we restored it. Obviously, it's going to be worth more than the way it was painted. Or, since I don't have a green with a gold stripe, guys, I'm considering sliding this in my collection. It came out real nice. So, again, another few more minutes on the bumpers drying. I'll reassemble everything and we'll watch it go around the track. Wow. Look at the way that came out, guys. I mean, is that not something you'd want to slide in your collection? That information I just gave you guys is worth the price of admission alone. If you can restore a car like this, man, you just did yourself a big favor. Because if you're trying to buy a car like this, and we're going to find out, I am really considering putting this on eBay. You want to buy a car in this condition, yeah, I know the back wheel wells have a slight shave to it. But when we're talking about that green with that gold stripe going down there, window posts are good. Look at the chrome. Look at the chrome. Front and back chrome's good. The glass is good. So we got the chassis running good. I don't know how it looks on the track yet running. We're going to find out in just a sec. But boy, absolutely just strong sitting there. Really strong. All right, got the Torino on the track. Got the transformer. There you go, guys. Look at that. Once again, who doesn't want to slide that in their collection, huh? Look at that bugger. That's gone. That is restored, guys. Wow. Very nice. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for the restoration on the Torino there. Look at that shine. Look at that. I mean, just all the way around, just came out very nice. I am still throwing up in the air. Should I put it on eBay or not? Oh my gosh, to me, it's just really nice piece once it's done like that. Again, you get the decals off, you get that paint off. You're going to have a restored T-Jet like this, guys. It's pretty easy to do. It's a fun project. I'm glad you guys are watching these videos and give me some feedback on them. Again, that's going to do it. And if I do decide to put it on eBay, if I put this bugger on eBay, I will extend the video, guys. I'll show you what it went for on eBay because we've got it restored. And plus, if I'm not mistaken, I think Bob Beers rates this one as on a scale from, I think, 1 to 5 or 0 to 5, it ranks as a 2 as far as rarity. So it's a pretty desirable piece. And now that we got that nasty paint job on that I had, it just looks, again, just strong sitting there. Absolutely strong sitting there. All right, guys, Jeff from Smoking T-Jets.